Hey YouTube, and I'm back with another Master System Monday, and this time we're taking another look at a dual release on Sega cartridge and Sega card, and that's Hang On. And I say dual release, but Hang On has been released umpteen times. It would have been the original kind of bundle that you would have gotten back in the day when the Master System was first launched, and that came both as a separate item and built into the console. But as well as the standalone releases, it featured a few compilations. So we have Hang On and Safari Hunt and Hang On and Astro Warrior combo cartridges. And interestingly, these give you an indication of what a solo Hang On might have looked like. This art here would probably have been the full release. And I'll probably touch upon combo carts in another video another day, so I'm not going to go into those in detail now. Plenty to talk about here anyway. So Hang On, obviously it's a port of an arcade game, and for 1985, I think it's actually a splendid game. You got fast, smooth scrolling. Yeah, the sprite scaling could be a little better, but the Master System doesn't have sprite scaling hardware, so it's doing it in software. Lots of color change, different challenges, different level of difficulty. I didn't have this back in the day, so I've no nostalgia for it, but I actually still go and play this, every so often. It's just good fun racing challenge, and definitely recommend it, especially given how cheap and easy it is to pick it up. Yeah, I mean, it's not a patch on, the visuals or even sound off the arcade, but you wouldn't expect that for an 8-bit system. The question is it fun to play? And it is. So anyway, on to the collection side, and here we have, obviously, as I said, the two different versions. So the card version would have been the original release, essentially, you could say. And, there we have, like a lot of the early stuff, it's small, simple games, 32K in size, came on card. We've seen that before. And as I said, this is probably what the box art would have been like if it was released on a cartridge back then. The standard cartridge came out in 1990, as far as I know. So you just got your standard, Sega card here. And being a 1990 release, you see that they redid the artwork, so it was a bit more colorful, a bit more going on. They obviously have this guy in a motorbike, and it seems to be sponsored by Sega. Sega were into sponsoring Williams Formula One at one point, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is a real team that they were sponsoring. I don't know anything about motor racing, motorbike racing. One of the strange that I always find odd though is what was with this grey kind of pillar down the box art. It's just like, who did that? What was that for? Like, what does it achieve? And compositionally, you got these guys and this bike, and it's like, it's so strange. You have a decent logo, and it's like they just slapped some stuff on it. Could have been good, but kind of feels like it missed the boat a little. Oop, hit the thingy. Now, in terms of the back, then you have a few nice screenshots that actually really do kind of show you, the different times of day that you race, different sceneries, cactuses, and of course you have your little description. Neck-breaking speeds, tight curves, and world-class competition make Sega's Hang On the most exciting motorcycle racing game around. Hop aboard your supercycle and test your racing skills against the top riders on Earth. Think you can beat them all to the finish line? Prove it. And it starts off, easy enough, I suppose, but it does get challenging, and you have to watch your gears and watch other racers. And yeah, definitely a fun experience. Now, the Sega card version obviously came out first. It doesn't have as many screenshots on the back. Here we have a slightly different thing on, description, because yeah, so you have a different screenshots. They don't appear on this later release. And what I didn't show actually in the My Hero one was the inside, because of course you don't have a standard cartridge holder, you have these card holders, but the card holder itself is bigger than the card, and they actually came in these little these plastic sheets, and if without the sheets the cartridges the cards don't fit into the box. So it can be a bit of a nuisance. You kind of do need these sheets, and some of mine have them, some of mine don't. They're kind of hard to get in auction. So there's the card version, and of course then they came with different manuals. So I don't actually know where I got my card version, but it must have come from Germany, because I have this German manual. I think it's German manual. It's portrait anyway, which is not like your normal manual. But I know the card version is notoriously difficult to get with other than loose, because of course it was packed in. So generally you just got a loose card. And then the manual for the cartridge release is, more your traditional kind of Sega manual. So yeah, much more normal. Kind of interesting that they still have the Sega Master System 1 there, even though this release was effectively to facilitate the changeover that would come in 1991 with the Master System 2. So there we have it. That's Hang on the Master System. A great little game, and released so many times it's kind of easy to get, except for probably the card version. The card version, with a manual or anything like that, is a nightmare to get. And I think there's even variants that are harder to get. So to be honest, if you just want to play a game, yeah, even if you want to collect it, get this version. It's the one to get. Probably easier, and will play on all your systems. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that look at Hang On a Master System. I'll see you again next Monday for another Master System Monday.